Welcome back to another video, guys. This is going to be my T100 French Riviera race review. Now, I've got to say, first of all, thanks so much to T100 for giving me another incredible opportunity. The location was spectacular. The course was really good. Yeah, I thought it was fantastic. Thanks so much to everyone who was there supporting in person. I had a lot of support from people, so I really do appreciate it. And of course, you guys on social media as well. So thank you very, very much. Of course, if you know the result, you'll know it wasn't that good. I was fighting Peter Hemerick for last place, and it was a close fight. Yeah, things did not go well. So we'll dive into that in this video. This week's YouTube video is sponsored by the Running Algorithm, the only place that you can get adaptive run coaching for less than £10 per month. Now, this is perfect for triathletes because if your plans change, the plan changes. This isn't a cookie cutter mileage progression program like plenty of other well-known training apps out there. The Running Algorithm takes your feedback and your recent training and then adjusts the plan with all of those metrics in mind, just like a real coach. So please use code HARRYPALMER, all capitals, no spaces, to get a free 3-month trial. Thanks so much to the Running Algorithm for supporting the channel. Thanks so much for you guys for your continued support. And without any further ado, let's crack on with the video. So it was an early start, which is great because I prefer the early starts rather than like a 2 in the afternoon start. I way prefer like a 7 o'clock in the morning and just sort of get it done. Non-wetsuit swim. I was on quite far on the far left side essentially, and the way that the kind of angle towards the first buoy obviously favoured towards the right hand side, but obviously the higher ranked athletes, they get the first choice, which is obviously fair enough. So all of us lower ranked athletes were on the left hand side, and it did require that you have then quite a good start. I did think I would be able to have a good start because I was right next to Sam Dicko, who, as everyone knows, is an incredible swimmer. I mean, incredible triathlete all round, but I know he's a fantastic swimmer. And I was near Jack Hutchins as well, and I know he's a great swimmer. So I was like, well, I've got good company, so I feel like I should be able to get out and have, as long as I've got good arms, then I should be able to sit on these guys' feet. They'll drag me around, and it'll be incredible. That was what I thought anyway, and it just didn't happen. So as soon as I dived in, I was like, I feel flat. I went straight onto Sam's feet. He dropped me within probably 10 meters. Jack then moved across onto his feet. So I was like, right, I've got another opportunity here. Let's get on Jack's feet. He dropped me very quickly as well. So I was like, oh, okay. Things are not feeling good. I'm feeling completely flat here. I then found Gregory Barnaby, sat on his feet for a little bit, got spat. Found Peter Hemerick, got spat. Essentially, I just kept getting dropped, and I felt like I was swimming as hard as I could, but the speed just was nowhere. Like, I felt like I was swimming through custard. It was the weirdest sensation. I felt like I was sprinting. I was trying so hard, and nothing was happening. And I just saw everyone, it looked like just one big group, just disappeared in front of me. And I was just on my own, essentially. After about 200, 300 meters, maybe a bit more. Let's be kind to me. No, okay, it was probably 300 meters. Everyone just disappeared, and I was on my own. I was like, okay, here we go. This is not going well, but I tried to think positively, and I thought, well, okay, terrible swim, but just try and minimize the damage as much as possible. You never know, your bike and run legs could be great, and you could get back in the race. Like Sam Long has proved that it can happen, it can work, and I reckon I can do it. So it'll be fine. Do the Aussie exit, get back in. Still, sensations are terrible. I feel like I'm swimming so hard for like the most pathetic speed ever. Anyway, come into T1, and the only 3 bikes that are left are mine, Sam Long's, and Colin. I am gonna mispronounce his surname. I'm gonna put it on screen now because I'm not even gonna attempt it. Because it would be embarrassing. But yeah, I knew those guys were great bikers. So I was like, well, if I can just stay away from them, then great. If they ride through, then I can sit on and hope for the best. So I get to work, and immediately, like, the power is okay. Like, it's not great. and it feels like I'm really working. But I had a similar sort of sensation this year in Swansea, where it felt hard, but I needed to work hard for that first 10, 15k, and then it sort of felt more manageable. So I was like, right, just believe that you can do it. And it just got harder and harder and worse, and the legs just did not show up, and I started getting some really bad lower back pain. And if you're a long-term supporter of the channel, you will know that I had back pain for a while, a few years back. This is back when I was actually originally trying to get my pro license, and I had seasons of really bad lower back, like nerve pain. Now, I've had that since Leeds. Leeds, I think, in hindsight, has hurt me a lot more than I thought it would. I don't think I've given myself the respect that my body needs, and the recovery that my body needs. And this back pain has just been really crippling. I have been seeing a physio. I've also booked to see another physio out here in France before World Champs, because I'm really hoping I can figure that out, because it is really crippling on the bike. It's not just the fact that my legs were dead, and I'm not saying that if I didn't have back pain my legs would be great, because they wouldn't, but it was the mix of the both. It was my legs feeling completely shot, but also my back just absolutely screaming at me, can't sit in position properly, can't get comfortable, and just can't push on. It feels like a kind of stabbing pain in my lower left back. So that wasn't good, and I just sort of committed to knowing that I was going to come last. And I know that's like, it's just a kind of defeatist mentality, but when Sam Long and Colin came past me, there was nothing I could do. And I'd be like, normally I'd be able to jump on, I think, and just ride with them. I know they're epic riders, but I feel like normally, if I was in my normal situation, I'd be able to do that. But I just had nothing to respond with, and it was terrible. And I just did what I could, and I just said to myself, don't DNF. Like, I genuinely thought I wanted to DNF. I really wanted to quit, because it's part of you thinks, oh, this is embarrassing. I'm coming in last, and like, I'm a professional athlete. I should be better than this. And I've had results that show that I'm good. And now I'm on this bigger stage, and I can't even push 300 watts. Like, what the hell's going on? That you do get those negative emotions going through your head, but I just thought I have to finish. One, because like I said in my Instagram reel, you get paid just for finishing, so you'd be stupid not to. But two, just out of the respect, for other athletes and the supporters. My parents came out to support. I wasn't going to pull out just because I felt really shit. It was, I needed to get to the finish. So anyway, I come into T2, terrible bike, feel absolutely useless. And I just thought, well, let's start the run and see what happens. And the red legs came good, and I actually ran really, really well. And it was quite frustrating, actually, because I was overtaking people that were, further up the field, because it was a multiple lapped run course. I was running with Kyle Smith, Nico Mann, and I was running really well. And I was like, oh man, if only I'd, had better bike legs so I could keep up with them and actually not be a lap behind. But it is what it is. I finished. And that's all that matters. And I think there are multiple reasons why I had a not so good result here. Number one, I think, is, for me, I think the Ironman training just has completely deadened my legs. I know some people are actually fairly good at, going from Ironman to 70.3 to T100. Like Sam Long seems to do a pretty good job of it. But it's just mullering my legs, and I don't have any zing in my legs anymore. So yeah, I think that's partly a part to play. Ultimately, my goal is to prep for the Ironman World Champs in 2 weeks' time. I knew that going to London, obviously after Leeds, was a big kind of ambitious goal. I knew that coming here and doing T100 French Riviera was a big ambitious goal, because it's not the distance I'm training for. I'm training for World Champs. Obviously, I hope that I get a good result at World Champs. That's what I've prepped for. The T100s are just like a bit of a bonus, and I'd be stupid not to take the opportunity. obviously, in hindsight, you could say, well, maybe you shouldn't have done London, and then you could have prepped for French Riviera a bit better. Yes, but also I would hate to not take an opportunity and then in years' time just think, oh man, what if? What if? So, and it was just a home race. I needed to do it. So yeah, it's lots of racing, I think, is partly to play. And then the other big thing, and I know I've mentioned it on the last video, but I had no idea how stressful buying a house was. And then I sort of thought, very naively, that as soon as I get the keys, all the stress will just go away. It'd be great. And I think I'm very good at suppressing my negative emotions to a degree. And then I get to like a boiling point and it just erupts and I have like a mental breakdown and it's not so good. And so obviously while I was racing, doing well, like Swansea, I obviously had a great race. In Leeds, I had a great race. And, in the background, I was obviously going through the process of buying the house. But I was managing to suppress all the stress quite well. And then in the last month or so, it's just like stress levels have been at an all-time high. And I guess I didn't give that the respect that it needed. Buying a house has been probably the most stressful thing I've ever done. And I feel somewhat guilty as well because Melissa and I got the keys not long ago, like a week ago, and now I've buggered off to the south of France. The house is not set up to be lived in yet. I want to be back there. I want to be settling into our new home, and I'm away racing and trying to be a professional athlete. And so I'm kind of like, my mental state is just like, I'm sort of constantly thinking about back home and the house, but I need to be present. I need to be thinking about right now. And obviously the result in French Riviera wasn't good, but I need to get myself out of this mental negativity before World Champs, because I really want obviously a really good result at World Champs, or I want to prove my potential at World Champs, I guess, or race to my ability, I think I would say, because I know that it's unlikely I'm going to have an amazing result. I could have a good result, but I want to race to my ability, and that will make me happy if I do. So I just need to get myself out of this negative, like, mental position that I'm in now because of all the stress and stuff from buying the house. But essentially those are kind of, I think, the reasons why I had not such a good result at French Riviera. I have booked to see a physio because this back pain could be a serious problem for World Champs. Obviously, with it being a very demanding bike course, I cannot afford to have not good legs. I cannot afford to give anything away. I can't afford to have really bad lower back pain, because if it was bad for 80k, you can imagine how bad it would be for 180k. It will be catastrophic. So I'm trying to stay positive, trying to figure out a few things. I wonder if my bike position has changed slightly, whether my seat post has dropped a little bit without me knowing. So I'm chatting with Callum Hughes, my bike fitter, to see if we can chat through a few things and just make sure we're doing things right. But obviously French Riviera didn't go well, bit negative, but the ultimate goal for this season now is Ironman World Champs. And then after that, I am due a very big break physically and mentally. I think it's been an amazing year, but I don't know, I feel like I'm really ready to have a break. So I need to stay mentally focused for the next week and a half. I obviously can't get any fitter, so it's about staying sharp, prepping correctly, getting my eye in on the course, making sure I know where I'm going, and just trying to stay as positive as I possibly can. So thanks so much again to everyone who's supporting on the channel. Really, really appreciate it. I look forward to seeing as many of you in Nice as possible. So please, if you do see me around, please shout, please come and say hi. I would really, really appreciate it. Best of luck to everyone who is racing, and I wish you very good luck with your final bits of preparation, and I hope you really enjoy the race day. I'll be doing some course recce videos, doing some other videos as well, so keep your eyes peeled for that, and I will see you guys in the next video.